Many people think that in Dubai you simply choose a property from a developer's catalog or find the best deals on real estate portals like Property Finder and Beirut. But that is no longer the case. That is why many clients are asking me, how do you actually find the right properties in Dubai? What criteria do you use to decide whether a property truly makes sense or whether it is better to stay away? In this episode, I will show you our own approach, how we often purchase properties below market value for our clients, and how you can benefit from this as well. Welcome. My name is Eugen Zimbelmann from Dubai Finance. I help investors successfully invest in real estate in Dubai by finding the right property as an investor, Dubai Land Department Certified Property Valuer and Mortgage Specialist. And before I show you my screen and explain in detail how we use a completely new approach to find properties in Dubai, I want to be completely honest. If you are thinking about buying a property in Dubai today, you need to approach it differently from everyone else. Truly good deals are no longer found through the traditional methods. And the key question is this: why do so many investors still end up buying average or even bad properties? Many people still follow the same path. They contact agents, receive advice, and are then directed to developers. And in the end, they end up in off-plan projects with 3, 4, or even 5 years of construction time, with no ongoing rental yield and often limited access to mortgage financing. And now, ask yourself this question: why should that currently be still a good investment? Other investors are already one step ahead. They have understood that off-plan in Dubai simply no longer works. They are actively looking for ready properties. They go on platforms like Property Finder or Beirut and think they are now on the right track. But here comes the next reality. Many of these listings don't actually exist anymore. They are paid listings. They are designed to generate inquiries, and as soon as you reach out, you are redirected again in a different direction, back towards off-plan. Because suddenly, the apartment you just asked about is unfortunately no longer available and was sold just yesterday. And this is exactly where frustration starts to build. You understand the market, you know what to look for, but you still don't get access to the really good deals. Why? Because the best deals are not even publicly available on the market. And now comes the critical point. For some time now, we have been taking a completely different approach. We do not wait for properties to appear online. We actively reach out to owners and call them. We contact them directly. We show them where their property currently stands in the market and ask simply questions. Do you want to sell? We have been doing this for almost 2 years now. And it is exactly through this approach that we have secured some of the best deals for our clients. Deals below market value with much better entry prices and therefore also stronger returns. But even here, there was a problem. This process was not scalable for a long time. Contacting owners directly is time-consuming, inefficient, and difficult to implement in a systematic way. And that is exactly what we have solved now. And now we come to the point that has changed everything. We have developed our own platform, a system that allows us to specially reach so-called highly motivated sellers. And this is the key difference. We are not looking for just any seller. We are looking for the seller who truly needs to sell. What does that mean in clear terms? A highly motivated seller is someone for whom the property is no longer an investment, but a problem. Maybe there are issues with tenants. Maybe the property is vacant. Maybe there are structural issues or personal reasons such as a relocation, a divorce, or liquidity pressure. And it is exactly this situation that leads these sellers not to aim for the highest possible price, but for a solution, ideally a fast solution. And it is exactly for this target group that we have developed our own website and a dedicated system for getting clients. At this point, I'm going to share my screen now and show you our platform, webuyyourunit.com. So here you can see our website, webuyyourunit.com. And all starts with a very bold statement. We buy your unit for cash in 24 hours. And that is exactly our claim. So what we want to do here is we want to offer fast decisions, a good price, and a very fast execution, so that someone who is highly motivated gets catched and say like, okay, let's give it a try. And additional to that, we also promise like 5 benefits, for example, like the guaranteed purchase. So if someone's thinking about his property and think like, oh, I don't know if someone really want to buy it or not. So this is what we guarantee, that the purchase will happen. The only question is for which price. But that is the second step. And then additional to that, another claim is you receive your manager checks at the trustee office within 24 hours. So in Dubai, if you buy a property, you have to go to the trustee office where the transaction actually happens. And after the transaction gets approved from the Dubai Land Department, it normally takes like a couple of hours. The seller directly get his manager checks and can put it in his bank account. So he has the money the next day ready to use. So fast money is a good money. And that is another approach. And there's very important, no cost, no obligations for the seller. So whatever he decided, if he want to move on and sell his property, he's most welcome. If he step back and say like, oh, I changed my mind, that is totally not an issue and there's no cost involved for him at all. And here comes our best USP. The offer gets verified by a Dubai Land Department approved valuation company. So everyone who owns a property wants to be sure that the price that he's going to sell is something within the market. For sure, with our approach, we would like to offer very good price for our investors, but it should be also within a certain price range. Yeah. So, and this gives the potential seller the certainty that whichever price he gets, it is approved by a valuation company that works within the guidelines of the Dubai Land Department. And then that is like one of our boldest claim. You will receive your price offer within 1 hour. That means just provide us your unit data, like apartment number, building, or villa and community number, and we will reach out to you within 1 hour and give you like a certain price that we are able to buy your property. So, and here now we explain how this process works. So it works in 3 simple steps. The seller or the potential seller receive a verified cash offer within 1 hour. And this offer is not comes from me or my team directly. It is at the end, all these properties will be bought by our investors. And we know each and every investors and know what are their criteria, what is the budget, how they want to rent it out, short-term, long-term, which area. So we know all the preferences, and based on whatever comes in, we select certain investors and offer them the property. So there's for sure some hidden steps that I cannot comment on that publicly on this video. That is for the potential seller a very clear step that we say like, okay, you receive a verified cash offer within 1 hour, and then you can make decision if you want to sell it or not sell it. And that is very important. The property gets not listed on Property Finder or Beirut. So there's no public exposure and no waiting time. So that gives him a good certainty. And then if he's ready to go ahead, we handle the entire sale for him. So we take care of getting the NOC from the building management or the developer, because the NOC is something that is required at the trustee office to do the transfer of the property. Even if the seller has his property mortgaged, we also directly communicate with the bank, take care that he gets the liability letter and the mortgage gets settled during the transfer. So we as the biggest German-speaking mortgage company here in Dubai know exactly how this process works, and we do this on a daily basis. So here we give them also a hassle-free approach to sell his unit. And then the last step for sure, secure transfer and fast payment. Again, fast money is good money. So if everything is in place, we will set up the appointment with the trustee, and he receives the manager checks, can put it in a bank account, and has the money the next day, and he can do whatever he wants. And then there's form where we just require very less data, name, email, phone number, and some details about the property. And at the end, you see like some common questions. And if you scroll down on the website, you see webuyyourunit.com is a service provided by Weldomo Valuation Real Estate. Weldomo Valuation Real Estate is the company behind Dubai Finance. There is the brand that what you can see here on YouTube, that is behind everything. And all the leads and all the properties that we are acquiring on this channel are exclusively for our investors. And if you are interested to buy Dubai property in a completely new approach and get well below market properties, so then just go now on www.dubai-finance.com and book your free initial call. So we will sit down together and discuss what is your budget, what is your target, and based on that, you have then access to this kind of properties. And this is only one of a lot of different ways how we work here in the market and what we do for our clients. So looking forward to speak to you soon.